first time he kissed her. It tasted like cherry chapstick and the nervous laughter of two people who didn't know how to love yet, but were desperate to try. The last time he kissed her tasted like salt and goodbyes. They met in Mr. Henderson's chemistry class when she spilled hydrochloric acid on his new Jordans. Instead of getting mad, he laughed, this bright, startled sound that made her forget how to breathe for a second. By spring break, they were sneaking out at 2 a.m. to lie on the roof of her dad's garage, pointing out constellations they pretended to recognize. "That one looks like a taco," she'd say. "You're ruining astronomy for me," he'd groan, but his fingers would lace through hers anyway. They spent senior year memorizing each other. The way she hummed off-key in the car when her favorite song came on, the exact crinkle between his eyebrows when he was trying not to cry, how her nose scrunched when she laughed too hard, the sound of his heartbeat under her ear when they fell asleep on the couch. They promised each other everything. A tiny apartment in the city, matching tattoos, a dog named Waffles. They swore distance wouldn't break them when she left for NYU and he stayed for community college. "We'll visit every weekend," he whispered against her hair the night before she left. "We'll call every day," she promised, pressing her palm to his chest like she could memorize his heartbeat. But the thing about forever is that it only exists when you're 17 and don't know any better. At first, it was the small things. Missed calls because she was in class when he was free. Texts that went unanswered for hours, then days. The way their silences grew heavier, full of things they couldn't say. The last time they saw each other was Thanksgiving break. They sat in his car outside her parents' house, the engine running because neither of them could admit this was the end. "We could try harder," he said, but his voice cracked on the last word. She reached over to wipe a tear from his cheek with her thumb, her own vision blurring. "We are trying. That's the worst part." Because they were. They really were. But love isn't always enough to stitch together two people who are growing in different directions. When she kissed him goodbye, it was slow and desperate. The kind of kiss you give someone when you're trying to pour a lifetime of love into a single moment. "I'll always love you," she whispered. "I know," he said. "That's why this hurts so much." Years later, she'd be in a coffee shop when a familiar laugh would catch her off guard. He'd hear a song on the radio and have to pull over because suddenly he was 18 again, holding the girl who taught him how to love in the parking lot of a 7-Eleven. They never spoke again. But sometimes, on lonely nights when the world felt too quiet, they'd both wonder, what if we'd met at a different time? What if we'd been a little braver? What if we'd fought a little harder? And the coolest part, they'd never know. We all have a part of him inside ourselves. The story isn't about ending. It's about the gift of having loved so deeply that losing it shatters you. That's the tragedy and the beauty.